What is up, you guys? We're back again with another video, and this is Francis Ngannou Road to the Glory.
Francis the Predator Ngannou!
Francis Ngannou was born on September 5th, 1986 in Bati, Cameroon, and by the year 2017, he would be one of the UFC's top heavyweight fighters and a title contender. Francis Ngannou's thumping ascent to the highest echelons of mixed martial arts is tinged with a bittersweet background. Before we start the video, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon. And now, let's start the video. Considered to be one of the most intimidating fighters in MMA, the Cameroonian fighter didn't have an easy childhood. While growing up in Bati, Francis was always a lone wolf. He didn't make any friends. In his documentary, Ngannou said, "I never had any friends, never had comrades." Francis used to change schools every year. However, after the divorce of his parents, Francis wanted to pursue a career in law. He wanted to become a lawyer as he saw how much the court fees were. But he was forced to leave school because of the lack of money. So at just 12 years old, he started working at a sand quarry in his hometown. His hard work was visible to all from an early age. When we were working in the quarry, he could replace 2 or 3 workers alone. At every minute, he couldn't just lay there without working, said one of his old co-workers. But as time passed on, Francis became fed up with his life as reality set him in. He saw people from age 7 to 70 working in the same place as him for same money. I was trapped. I was surrounded by nothing but trucks and drugs and starving people. I refused to let that be the best for me. I knew there was something more. Ngannou wrote in the Players Tribune, "In his mind, Francis always wanted to become a boxer, but he was at a severe disadvantage, having never played the sport before. People said that I was crazy, that I lost my mind," he recalled. In his first fight, he took a hard blow to the head, but then something clicked, and his instinct turned him into the aggressor. He was so aggressive, in fact, that the referee had to stop the fight. In the back of his mind, he knew he had the capabilities to fight. Francis moved to France to continue his boxing career. For 3 months, he was homeless. During that time, he trained at any gym he could get into and spent his nights alone in the streets. "When I arrived in Paris, I slept in the street. I was alone. I had almost no money. Less than 100 euros, said Francis. After a while, Ngannou became friends with a man named Ferdinand, who owned a boxing gym in the area. Ferdinand invited him to train at his gym. Francis couldn't even afford a mouthpiece to protect him when sparring. At first, Francis asked Ferdinand if he could leave his gloves and bag at the gym overnight. But after he discovered that Ngannou had nowhere to go, he allowed him to sleep in the gym. Needing money to keep him afloat, he got a job working security at a nightclub on the weekend. That freed up his schedule to train every day of the week. It was perfect! For the first time in my life, I felt like I could see a future. That's when he met Didier Comment, who was 6'4", 250-pounders physique, and convinced him to train MMA instead. Francis didn't even know what MMA was and initially had no interest in it, but things changed when he wandered into a Paris gym known as the MMA Factory. To tell the truth, MMA wasn't interesting to me, Francis confessed, but I needed the money in it. In 2013, he started fighting around France and quickly made a name for himself. You heard that right. In the same year, Ngannou discovered what MMA was. He made his pro debut in the sport. Then, with an impressive win in January of 2014, he got on the UFC's radar. That's when his life changed. On December 19, 2015, Francis Ngannou made his UFC debut. With a vicious uppercut knockout, the Predator introduced himself to fight fans across the globe. Since then, he's dominated, winning 10 of his last 12 fights, all but one ending by knockout or TKO. He's toppled several UFC legends, including Junior Dos Santos, and looks poised for a title shot in the near future. While Ngannou is known across the fighting world for his imposing physique and powerful punches, he remains humble and sticks to his values. After one of his trademark knockouts, Joe Rogan approached him for a post-fight interview in the octagon. But instead of bathing in the limelight, the Predator turned his back to Rogan and walked over to check on his opponent, a sign of true respect. It really mirrors his mindset, said Fernand Lopez, MMA Factory's head coach. He's tough by nature, but it's just a sport to him. Francis Ngannou literally fought his way from bottom. Now he wants to give others a chance to do the same through the Francis Ngannou Foundation. His mission is to give the children of Cameroon the tools to lead lives of dedication and confidence. The Predator knows firsthand the impact combat sports can have on one's outlook. The foundation is currently building the first official gym in Bati, Cameroon. After that's complete, they are looking to build more gyms across Africa. It's during trips home to Cameroon that Ngannou really feels the weight of his rapid success. "Now, I want to give something back for my village," he says. "I have loved boxing since I was very young. And when I was a child, I would have liked to meet someone at that time to have something to help us. That's what I want to do, to help someone like I wanted someone to help me." Ngannou stands behind a black curtain waiting for his call. Cameras surround him as he wraps his hands and gets ready. They follow him all the way up to the curtain, and the officials finally tell him it's time. The Cameroonian heavyweight steps out and the sold-out stadium roars. Cameras flash. People reach out to greet him. People are excited. Ngannou makes his way to the cage. The expectations are high. He is a giant. He is a force. He has earned his place and respect. Fighters know his name, fans know his name, experts know his name, and all of the MMA world now knows Francis Ngannou. But those culminating minutes that compose the spotlights he's worked for in his search of becoming a champion one day are just a small fraction of what Francis has done, and his journey is not yet done. "No one used to support me. They would tell me to follow with my life. You don't have anyone to support you. You don't have any money, and it's very difficult. So people say this is not possible. But I say, this is my dream. I'm going to try. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm going to try. That was my decision. No one would support me, but I always focused, and I always had my goal," Francis states firmly. "If I could say something to the African continent or to someone in Africa is to believe, always believe in yourself. Believe in what you can do, believe in your potential, and never give up. Because in Africa, people will just talk negatively. If you don't have someone behind you, you'll never do something. That's wrong. You can always try it by yourself. You can always open your doors. You can always walk alone. It will never be easy, but you can always keep on with your dream. I don't want paradise. The paradise which I dream of is the paradise that I'll create myself. And believe me, I'll create it." Francis Ngannou.
That is it! The Predator Francis Ngannou!
If you like the video, please subscribe, hit the bell notification, comment, and share it to your friends. That would be awesome. Thanks, and see you for the next video.